When I read in this past 9/11 anniversary was a few days ago, but I have thoughts about 9/11. I remember that day, but I also remember a person after 9/11 who did the most bravest thing a person ever can do. That person voted against the authorization of using of military force against terrorists. She asked questions about why and how George W. Bush should fight a terrorist, or the so-called terrorist. Her name is Barbara Lee. She could have been a great president because she stand up for something. She stood for something against everybody else. She asked the critical questions politicians sometimes not dare to ask. Nobody defended Barbara Lee. Nearly nobody of her fellow Democratic congressmen defended Barbara Lee. But she said no to Bush. Sometimes in politics you can look like you're not very sensitive. When I talk, I can sometimes let out that I'm not very sensitive, but I am. Sometimes you have to ask the hard questions, even if it hurts somebody, because sometimes it do. Barbara Lee is one of those politicians, but I wish there were more. Well, you can say that Bernie Sanders was one of them, but Hillary Clinton was definitely not, and no Republican and nearly no Democrat is, because they're not. People are so afraid about the mass media. They're so afraid of their hatred, being not patriotic, not saying they love their country 24/7 every day of the week. Barbara Lee loves her country, and people who ask the hard questions are the people who really love their country. When you kid do something bad, you can always say your kid did something bad, but you cannot excuse that. I love my kid so much, so it's nothing bad about him. Well, it is, if he is an asshole. Barbara Lee asked questions where nobody wanted to ask questions. And where are those politicians today? We stand with two candidates who are not going to do it. Jill Stein, yeah. The Libertarian president candidate is just a Republican who likes to smoke weed. So, it's a Congress election, and it's a Senate election too, but it's also a local elections. So what we need is more people like Barbara Lee. We have to start from the bottom and up and get more persons like that on every level of politics, from school boards to local cities to everywhere. So I hope you use that election that comes now to do just that. And I hope you work for those values. Thank you. This was Tron with Tron Tells the Truth.